Once again, it's another beautiful Wednesday here in the beautiful Northwest. And this is Frank, the Bottomline Ministries.org. That debt is not your destiny. That's Bottomline Ministries.org. Debt is not your destiny. And one of the things we want to talk to you about today is just enjoying life. Enjoying this beautiful life that God has given you. Day after day, we get a new gift every morning that we wake up. You know, yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's yet to come. Today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. But you know, it's hard to enjoy life when you're bound in debt and you don't have enough to meet your needs and you don't know where or how you're going to get money to make it through to the next month. Some people call it having too much month at the end of the money. And last week we talked about budgeting. And, you know, I mentioned to you about budgeting, and one of the things that I said to you, in order to use a budget effectively, one of the things you have to do in order to get out of debt, the first step that you have to do was to stop spending. And we talked about that last week. But this week, I want to challenge you also to keep records. To keep records. You know, a lot of people, you ask them, do they have goals? And they say, yeah, I have a goal. And you say, what is it? And they say, well, I have a goal to do this and I have a goal to do that. And you say, well, do you have it written down? They say, no, I have it in my head. And, you know, I don't know about you, but my head leaks. So I try to write everything down. But there's power in the written word. And it's power in writing things down. It's power in keeping good records. One of the things you'll notice, you can't find a Fortune 500 company or 100 company that does not have good records. And if you want to live a life of debt-free, you're going to have to learn how to keep good records. Now, it's not as hard as it sounds. It really isn't. It's just you controlling your money rather than your money controlling you. And one little thing I would like to challenge you to do is simply this. I want you to get one of those little dollar notepads where they flip up or flip out, something that you can record everything you spend for the day on. And I want you to, and I know we have all sorts of apps and things that you do, but I'm from the old school, so just bear with me with this. What I want you to do is every time you spend money, like say today is Wednesday, or let's say Thursday, because Wednesday's just about over. So it's Thursday, August, I think it's tomorrow's the 5th, 2021. Every time you spend something, just write down what it was, a latte, Burger King, I got a notepad, I went to the cleaners, whatever, just write it down and put a dollar amount beside it. Then at the end of the day, I want you to just take 10 minutes, sit down, add it all up, and put that total at the bottom of the page. And I want you to do that for 7 days. For 7 days. Then on the 7th day, I want you to total up every amount from Thursday through Thursday, and see what that total looked like. And you will find yourself surprised at how much money you spent. And then next week, I'm going to give you another assignment. And these things are giving you tools to become debt-free, because you'll find out how simple it is to manage your money and not have your money manage you. Because when you have a financial positioning system, you can control your finances. You can control where your money's going, and you can control how much money is leaking out. You know, it says in the Bible, there's like a man who has pockets with holes in it. Can you imagine just stuffing your money in your pockets, just stuffing it in, stuffing it out, stuffing it in, stuffing it in, and it's leaking out as you're walking along? And when you get to your destination, you reach for your money and you have a quarter of what you thought you should have. Well, what I'm trying to do is help you to stop the leaks. So I want you to, like I said, what I want you to do is get that notepad. It's just a little small, simple notepad that costs you like $1 or $2. You can get it at the dollar store. But the discipline is every day, just write it down as you're doing it. As soon as you spend it, just take it out, write it down, whatever it is, put that dollar amount right from the receipt on it. And that at the end of the day, it won't take no more than 10 minutes just to add it up and keep it on that sheet. And the next day, start a new sheet. And at the end of 7 days, total it up and tell me what you find. And that's it for today. I just want you to realize that this is Frank Reid, and realizing that debt is not your destiny. Debt is not God's best for you. You are blessed to be a blessing, but we're also called to be good stewards of what God has given us. And to whom much is given, much is required. So I'm just giving you tools to become totally debt-free so you can be a blessing to others and also leave a legacy for your family that they will never have to deal with debt because you have set them free. And that's all I have for you tonight. This is Frank Reid, Bottomline Ministries, debt-free. One other thing I'd suggest, go to my website. Check out my book. I have a book that's called Debt is Not Your Destiny. That is the bottom line. That is the bottom line. Debt is not your destiny. Go check out my book. Go on there. There's some videos there. There's some teachings there. If you want more information, or either just send me a message. Just message me with your questions. I would love to answer your questions. And so have a blessed night. Enjoy it. Enjoy this gift that God has given you until next Wednesday. And realizing debt is not your destiny. Have a good night.